Hello friends, welcome to C# Space. Today in this video session, we will discuss about how to perform a token based authorization in ASP.NET Core MVC with JWT techniques. So let's start. We open our Visual Studio and here we need to create one project in ASP.NET Core MVC. So I choose here a new project. After this I choose a ASP.NET Core web template for creating a project. Now here I choose a ASP.NET Core web application and then we choose it's a token based and that authorization. Then we select OK. Now this creating a project for a token based authorization, and here we choose a project type as a web API, then click on OK button. Now this creating a web API projects for ASP.NET Core, so it will take a little bit time for adding project files. Here in this project sample, we use JWT techniques where we create something a token with their expiry date. After this we use that token for authenticate any action methods on a controller. Now project creation is successful. So now a project is created. So first of all we open Solution Explorer, and here we need to add a model for login details like user ID and password. So I need to add one more folder for a model. It's a model, and here we need to add one more class like login model.cs, login model, and click on add. Here I will add two properties, for one for a user ID and another for a password. It's a string and this is the user ID, and second one is string password. Then here we write a required message. Required, and then error message. Need to add a namespace for this, so I press a control dot for getting a namespace name. It's a required, and then error message, user name is required, and then this for a second is required, error message, password is required. Now this is all for the model for the project. Now in second step we need to add one more controller for authentications that accept a user ID password and then generate a token for this. So I will add a controller for this method. So right click on this and then click on a new item. Here we choose a web API controller class and then I rename this as authController.cs. Then click on add button. Now this will add one more class for auth controller, and after this here we need to add one post method that will accept user ID and password from user and then return a token on the validation of their user ID and passwords. So I will remove all this, and here I add a method for a post method. It's a public I action result. Here any name it is as any name, like here I set as a index and it's a from body, and here we set a login model. So login model, then I press a control dot for getting a namespace name, login model dots model subject name, if model dot user IDs is equal to like any hard code. Here I'll take a hard code name. You can take it from your database. So I take it hard code name like admin, and model dot password is equal to it's admin 123. Then so where, then we take a claims, like claims is equal to new claim. I need to add a namespace for this, so I press a control dot here. It's a US security dot claims, new claim is a JWT, registered claim names, register claim names. Again I need to add a namespace for this, so I press a control dot here. It's using identity model token dot JWT, dot sub, and then they provide their values, model dot user ID, after this new claim it's JWT register claim names dot JTI, .jti. Then here we provide any like a GUID code, random codes. It's a GUID dot new GUID dot toString its bracket is missing. Then after this we need to generate a signing key. It's a signing key is equal to new symmetric signing key, symmetric security key, I need to add a namespace for this, so I'm pressing a control dot. It's a Microsoft Identity .tokens. Then here we take any a key for generating a token. Is encoding I need to also add their namespace like using system.text dot utf8 dot get bytes. Here we take any key like I will take my super secure key. So super secure key, it's where tokens, where token is equal to new JWT security token. Then here we take issuer. Here you can take any text, like I will take here my website's name is wiredgeeks.com. Then here is the audience. Here you can take same names, wiredgeeks.com, and then it expires, how much time this token will expire, like I did date time dot UTC now dot 8 hours. It's 1 hour, like I will take it's 1 hour. Then claims, and here we provide these claims values. Now it's a signing credential, new Microsoft dot identity model dot tokens dot signing credential. Signing credentials. It's a signing key. First we provide a signing key. Then is the security algorithm. Dot, like I will take a algorithm as a HMA SHA, HMSC, SHA 256. Now then we'll return as result, return, okay, it's new, then here we return a token. It's a token is equal to new JWT security token headers handler dot write token, and here we provide a token then expressions is equal to token dot valid to if this admin ID or password is wrong, then this will return this return unauthorized. Now this is all for the generating a token on the behalf of their user ID and password. Now in next step, now we go to this value controller.cs. For after we generating a token, we try to access this value index method, value get methods, this that will return value 1 and value 2. So I need to authorize for this, means is firstly validate the token. After this we will get these methods, any of these methods in this value controller. So I decorate as authorize, press a control dot, and this Microsoft SP code dot authorization. Now next step, we open our go to our startup.cs. So we open our Solution Explorer, then go to startup.cs. So here we need to some required changes for validating a token. So here we need to add a services dot add identity, and here it's application user, application user, I need to add a namespace for this, so pressing a control dot. I think I need to add a clause for this, for adding identity for application user. I need to create a one more clause in a data folder. So I have created one more folder here, it's data, then add a clause into this folder, so application user, after this I inherit on the properties of identity user, I need to add a namespace for this. It's a Microsoft ASP core.identity. Now we back to our startup.cs class, and here press a control dot for this. In writing its identity row, I need to add namespace for this, so pressing a control dot add default tokens provider. After this we add a services dot add authentication, then writing with options, its options is equal to is options dot default authentication scheme is equal to it's a JWT bearer defaults, JWT bearer defaults. I need to add namespace for this. It's ASP core authentication JWT bearer dot authentication scheme, and then options dot default challenge scheme. Default challenge scheme is equal to JWT bearer defaults dot authentication scheme, now options dot default scheme is equal to JWT defaults dot authentication scheme. I think this will be the default authentication scheme, default authentication scheme, this for challenges scheme, and this for default scheme. All these set to be authentication scheme. Now add JWT bearers, then options its options, then lambda expression, in here its options dot save token is equal to 2. We save these tokens, then options dot required HTTP metadata is equal to false, and then options dot token validation parameters is equal to new Microsoft dot identity model dot tokens dot token parameters. After this we adding some more parameters here. It's a validate issuer. Validate issuer is equal to true, and that validate audience is equal to true and audience is true. And it's a validate audience is equal to we use the same name and that we used in our authcontroller.cs. It's whitekicks.com. We pasted it here, and then it's a valid issuer it's equal to, we use the same name, then issuer signing key is equal to new symmetric security token. Copy it from here. We need to add namespace for this. Also add encoding namespaces. Now we go to our next step. Go to the configure method. So currently it's in a development mode, so it's using a developer exception space. So here need to add authentication, app dot use authentication and app dot use HTTPS redirection. It's already added. Now all this is completed. Now we run the project for testing the tokens, and then after generating tokens we access the this API value method. Currently this page is not working because need to provide tokens for accessing this page. So first of all need to generate a token for this. So I open this client. So we copy this URL and paste it here, and firstly we need to generate a token. So we call this auth controller. Auth controller is as an index. So by writing this URL, it's API and controller name is auth, and then index method is as a post, then send it. It's showing 404 not found. I think something is missing. Here we need to change this controller as a API and change it, decorate it as a API controller, and then this change as a controller base. And after this, here we add HTTP post, and then you also root as a login. So decorate this as a login. Login. Now we go to our API client, then we change it as a login, that we decorated our index method, and here we provide a user ID and password. If user ID, we provide a user ID as a admin, and then password is as admin 123. Now we post this. Now we got this token expirations, and this is the expiration date, and this for our token. Now after this we copy these tokens, and then this token will be provided to accessing the value method, value controller of index method. So I need to copy this token. This contain all the informations regarding our token, so I copy this. Now we need to access a login value method. This API values, and then change it like as a get, and then here we need to add a header for authorization. Then writing here is a bearer, then copy token. After this we click on this send button. This will provide a value 1 and value 2, means after validating a token, it's a return correct values for this get method. This value 2 and value 1 will be returned after validating a token. If we here we providing any wrong token, like we change it, then it return as unauthorized. Is 401 is unauthorized, and if we not provide any tokens, then same will be unauthorized. So all this for how to create a JWT tokens and authenticate with your web API. So if you have any questions, any problems regarding this this sample projects, so please write in a comment box. I will reply you soon. So thanks for watching. For latest video updates, please click on subscribe buttons, and for getting notifications, click on a bell icon. So thanks for watching. We will meet in next video session.